The ozone layer is located within the stratosphere and protects Earth from harmful ultraviolet radiation. While stratospheric ozone is important, the ozone that is produced on Earth and released into the atmosphere has the potential to cause significant irreversible damage. Oxygen, or O2, is made up of two oxygen atoms. When ultraviolet radiation enters the atmosphere through the depleted ozone layer, it breaks these oxygen atoms apart, causing two free oxygen atoms to exist. Due to their high reactivity, these individual oxygen atoms quickly join nearby oxygen molecules, resulting in the production of O3, or ozone. This video introduces the impacts ozone depletion has on marine life, materials, humans, and agriculture. Based on these impacts, we then explore key concepts of mitigation, being coupling, whole system design, and biomimicry, and discuss how these techniques have already been applied in order to overcome ozone depletion, and how they can be used going forward to ensure anthropogenic ozone is not a problem in the future. Excessive exposure to UV rays can lead to diverse health problems in the external organs of the human body. Human skin and eyes are the main organs that have been presenting clear health problems around the world. The occurrence of skin cancer has been increasing 4 to 6% each year, and the World Health Organization has estimated that for each 1% of deterioration of the ozone layer, there will be an increase in 0.5% of cataracts cases, which means there will be between 100,000 and 150,000 cases annually. Marine species are some of the most important on Earth. However, ozone depletion has the ability to destroy the organism that makes up the foundation of one of Earth's most crucial food webs, phytoplankton. Additionally, ozone depletion contributes to coral bleaching, crustacean mutilation, and has even been found to cause cancerous disease in some fish. As a result of the high UV index, the structure of plants and crops has been changed, resulting in smaller leaves and a decrease in photosynthetic activity. Another issue caused by ozone depletion is the damage that can be caused to materials when materials, such as those used in construction, are exposed to UV radiation on a daily basis. They are prone to discoloration and degradation caused by photochemical reactions, thus changing the material properties and reducing their service life.
In order to overcome the issues that have occurred as a result of increased use of ozone-depleting substance, the problem had to be faced on an international scale. Historically, the most common ozone-depleting substances were chlorofluorocarbons, propellants, and solvents. And while propellants and solvents are still widely used, hydrofluorocarbons, compounds that do not harm the ozone layer, have replaced many forms of CFCs. It was agreed that the use of CFCs would be controlled upon introduction of the Montreal Protocol, an international agreement made in 1987 that would ensure the phasing out of ozone-depleting substances. This is an agreement that the Australian government described as the most successful environmental protection agreement in history. The Montreal Protocol worked by decoupling the ozone-depleting substance from the activities in which they were primarily being used, such as in the refrigeration industry. So, by replacing CFCs with HFCs, the same outcome could be achieved, while the negative environmental impacts were lessened. Ultimately, the ozone-depleting impact was removed from the activity, without having an impact on the way these particular industries operated. But while we have achieved great results by implementing the Montreal Protocol and the phase-out of CFCs, there are still many ozone-depleting substances such as solvents and propellants still widely used, and therefore remain a concern for our ozone layer.
The most detrimental ozone-depleting substances have been banned, phased out, or their use is strictly controlled. However, some low-threat solvents remain in use. One ozone-depleting substance that is still being deposited in the atmosphere is methyl bromide, a fast-acting fumigant. In order to achieve better solutions with far less environmental impacts, we should look at nature, as many microorganisms can teach us how to create a sustainable future. Creating solutions based on nature means applying a phenomenon called biomimicry. There are many ways in which biomimicry can be adapted to further protect our environment against ozone depletion, one being utilizing vertical farms. Vertical farms mimic normal farms and allow for a controlled farm environment where threats to agriculture, such as pest range shift, would be avoided. As a result, it would not necessary to use methyl bromide or other pesticides. Vertical farms also assist in solving other problems such as delocalized food production, limited arable land, increasing urban and growing global population.
Research has found that the environment and its existence has suffered as a result of ozone depletion, and while the issues could be treated individually, this is only a band-aid solution, and in the long term it could lead to catastrophe. Ozone depletion is a very complex system, and by looking at individual components, there is a potential that many serious problems be overlooked or forgotten. By utilizing a whole system approach, all aspects are addressed. The Montreal Protocol was achieved due to the input of professionals from many industries such as scientific, economic, and environmental. This allowed for a proper analysis and meant that the most comprehensive answers were given to the most important questions such as why is this occurring, are the current process a necessity, or what can be done that will bring the greatest overall benefit. Whole system design and whole system thinking means moving away from specialty assessments and working collaboratively. It means that each and every impact and effect is addressed, and it also means that the highest level of success can be achieved. Utilizing a whole system design is the reason that we have been able to overcome the issue of ozone depletion.
The concentration of CFCs, HCFCs, halons and other ozone depleting substances in the atmosphere peaked in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Since these measurements were taken, and as a result of the Montreal Protocol, a steady decline in the concentration of all ozone depleting substances has occurred. Today, the highest UV index of Australian summer days occurs between the hours of 10 AM and 2 PM. At the 25th anniversary of the Montreal Protocol in Canberra, scientists modelled what the days would be like if the Montreal Protocol was not introduced, indicating that by 2070 an Australian summer's day would have an UV index greater than 10 from approximately 8:30 AM to 4 PM. Whilst the Montreal Protocol has played the most important role in protecting our environment against ozone depletion, there is still room for improvement. Instead of finding solutions to protect our environment, as the next generation of scientists, we need to design and create technologies that will result in an environment that no longer needs protecting.